Hello, welcome to my channel. Many viewers love my dal gosht recipe that I made some time back. So today, because we are fasting, I'm going to make a vegetarian version of our dal gosht with the soya chunks. I wouldn't know what name to give it, so y'all can decide what curry it's going to turn out to be. Because I usually call it the vegetarian dal gosht, but using the word gosht brings out meat, but we're substituting our meat for soya. I have 1.5 cup soya chunks with 1/2 cup of soya mince, of which I soaked and drained out and rinsed out the water when it got soft, and I marinated and left in the fridge overnight. The marinade was a tablespoon of masala, a tablespoon of cooking oil, and a tablespoon of yogurt. I mixed them all together and I let it sit in the fridge overnight. Then for the braising, I have 1 small onions chopped out, 1/2 cup of oil. Together I have a cinnamon stick, bay leaf. Thereafter I have 1/2 teaspoon of jeera, 1/2 teaspoon of mustard seed, and 1/2 teaspoon of saunf. And then I'm using just 1 tomato. For the masalas, I have 2 tablespoons of my mixed masala and 1 teaspoon of hurdee. Together I've got 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic. For the taste, I have 1 teaspoon of salt, of which you can add while cooking to your taste. Then I have 1/2 cup of biryani dhal that I soaked overnight. Here I have 1 cup dal that I already boiled. I normally boil my dal in portions and keep it in the freezer. So when used, I take out a portion. So this is 1 portion, which is more likely a cup. I have my heat to moderate heat, and I'm putting in my 1/2 cup of oil. Okay, I'll increase my heat a little because these pots take a little time to get hot. Okay, now I'll decrease my heat a little. I put in my onions and allow this to get a little red. As my onions are browning up, I put in my cinnamon stick, my bay leaf, the saunf, the jeera, and the mustard seed to fry with. Then I'll add in my ginger garlic. I'll decrease my heat to more low. And then my masalas, as you know, I usually have curry leaf in my masala, my hurdee, give it a minute or 2 to cook out. And then I'm going to place in my soya chunks, which is together with the soya mince, and allow this to fry for about 15 minutes. Now I'll give it a good stir before leaving it to fry for 15 minutes. And plus, together of this, I'm going to add in my salt, so the salt can seep into the soya chunk. On low heat, I will leave this to fry out. It took about 10 minutes and the soya fried out nice and dry. So I'm going to add in now my biryani dhal. And together with the biryani dhal, I'm going to add in my tomato. And thereafter, I'm going to watch till the biryani dhal is cooked. If needed, I'll add some water to it. Otherwise, I'll just allow it to fry for another 10 minutes and keep watch, because these tomatoes will cook out and allow like much of the water to come out. My tomatoes has cooked out and my biryani dhal is halfway done. And then I'm going to add in my dhal. Because the dhal is quite thick, so I've got a cup of water that I'm going to add in. I'll allow this to boil, but I'll keep watching. As you can see, the curry has thickened up beautiful. And the soya chunks is looking like the lamb meat. It's all done now. If you leave it for any more longer, it can just start getting burnt to the bottom. So I'm ready to garnish with some fresh dhania and spring onions. And then serve out our meal. There you go, another lovely vegetarian dish. The soya chunks that's cooked same as I cook dal gosht, but the look of it look like the real dal gosht. And now we need a real name for it. So I'll leave the name for the viewers, and thank you all for watching and enjoy.